REDIMADE.
Yes, sir.
Heavy Redi. Nah, that might be some old.
Yeah.
Royce Redi.
Yeah.
Royce Redi in the green room, y'all.
Let's get it, baby.
Yeah, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling real good right now. Happy to be here. This long overdue. You know, we've been rocking.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
I've been a fan of your work too.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I got to start by saying it's an honor and a privilege to have you here, man.
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, for sure. I want to share some of your story and maybe get you a couple more fans or whatnot. So let's get into it. You from Houston, Texas?
Born and raised Houston, Texas, man.
Okay. What side of town you from?
Man, I'm from the whole city, man. My mama from South Pole, my daddy from Third Ward. I grew up on the north. You know what I'm saying? Heather Glen, right by his home, you know what I'm saying? Drink Boulevard, shit, so.
That's definitely what it's known for.
So we right next door to each other. That's what we so it's like.
So you saying you grew up next door to Big Tony?
Yeah, me and his brother, his older brother Bobby, that's like my brother. So Tony like my little brother, you know what I'm saying? We grew up 20-some years right there, side by side.
That's what's up. Man, Big Tony is one of them H-Town artists that's like classic, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
He bring that classic Houston shit.
Yeah, that's him. Like he definitely a young legend. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
Man, when I listen to your music, you know what I'm saying, and even you telling me the Heather Glen shit, I always get that heavy hustle vibe when I listen to your shit.
Yeah, man. Just, you know, stepping stone, you know what I'm saying, where we started from and elevated. You know what I'm saying? But you can't never forget where you at, where you come from, you know what I'm saying, just to get where you at. So you know, that hustling shit that's in our blood, you know what I'm saying? Just took it to another level from the streets to the boardroom, you know what I'm saying? Corporate level, so.
For real. So how would you describe like your upbringing, like your youth time, before rap, before all that? How would you describe it?
Man, I had a pretty, you know what I'm saying? I grew up, you know, my daddy was locked up, you know what I'm saying? My daddy was locked up, you know what I'm saying? I grew up with my dad's mother, my grandmother, so she raised me, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I ain't had no fucked up life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna even lie, you know what I'm saying? But my grandma, she still instilled in me, you know what I'm saying? The morals and the values and like I hung out with my older uncles and they, you know what I'm saying? The older cats, they 50, 60 years old, so that's how I grew up, so, but it wasn't no bad shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, you know, my grandmother, you know, she took care of me, took care of business, but nigga wasn't spoiled. Like, she spoiled me, but she made me work for it. My grandpa made me, you know what I'm saying? My uncle, military man, so it was like, you know what I'm saying? But shit, but when you got to that certain age, nigga, you know, shit, she was old, so nigga had to go, you know what he had to do.
Nah, it's a lot of people like that. Once, you know, especially when you grew up with your grandparents, they can only control you so much.
Yeah.
They can only run behind you so much.
Yeah, so much.
For sure. So, you grew up like with that traditional kind of, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like morals and values and shit like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense when you hear the music.
I stand on it, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's what's missing, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to be so tough, but man, it's cool to be, you know what I'm saying, go home. It's cool to grow old, you know what I'm saying, and be, you know what I'm saying, watch them grandkids, your kids grow up, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So that's what I stand on. Like, you can't, street shit, you know what I'm saying, it's cool. That's where we come from, but man, you still got to have some respect for it. Everybody, even a dog, get respect, you know what I'm saying? So.
Nah, for real. So, okay, at what point did you start to like branch out? You know, did you jump off the porch early, really is what I'm asking?
I say like officially like 16, 17 around there, but you know, being around my older siblings, you know, my brother and them, you know, so even though we didn't grow up in the same household, you know, my brother and them, you know, they was in South Park and, you know what I'm saying, out there, my mom and them, so they was, you know what I'm saying, so doing their thing, so, you know, got around it, then, so about 15, 16 is when I really just got, you know what I'm saying, like.
Got off the porch.
Yeah, and it was just, you know, like, okay, this is what like I say in the song, Death to Jail, I was ready for the bed I made, you know what I'm saying, so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For sure. So, okay, during that time, what was some of, would you say some of the, give me some experiences or some things you experienced that kind of led you into the way you think nowadays?
What led me to how I think nowadays?
I'm sorry if that's a tough question.
Nah, it's a tough question. Like, circumstances, like I said in street testimony, my partner robbed my other partner. He don't think we know. Just because he old and got issues, he don't think he go. The true story. You know what I'm saying? Going through situations like that and, you know, coming up and seeing how your certain siblings handle, you know, your family handle the other family and can't be trusted and You know what I'm saying? Doing like, I pay attention. Like when I come in the room, like I always say, I want to be the dumbest person in the room, and I ain't a dummy. You know what I'm saying? So when I come in the room, I do a lot of listening. I don't do talking, I do a lot of listening. So I just watch, pay attention, observe, and then you know what I'm saying? I just sit back, and that really just got me to like how I am, like, and then being by myself, one deep, like I don't do too much riding with a bunch of 4, 5 deep. That ain't never been my thing. You know what I'm saying?
You sound like me. You sound like me.
Yeah.
Okay, how has Houston changed though? Coming from since you was coming up, like what's one thing that you noticed about Houston to change, streetwise?
I think the things that changed in the streets of Houston is like I say, respect, man. You know what I'm saying? And the loyalty, like it's no loyalty like the dollar. Like money ain't never been the motive. You know, money the motive, but it ain't money don't, you know, make us, man. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's no respect, like even for the kids, like the kids getting killed, the older people getting shot, and instant people getting hit. Like, come on, man, like it's a difference between a shooter and a killer. You know what I'm saying? You know, a killer gonna get his man. A shooter, you just shooting in it. You know what I'm saying? Anything. So it's just like I just think the respect, the loyalty, it's all go back to like the morals. Like don't nobody love nothing no more. Don't nobody believe in nothing no more. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Why you think it is like that though?
I think it's because a lot of kids saw their grandparents struggle, their mama and them struggle. So even with faith in God, like a lot of people, they like, man, they saw, man, I don't believe in God. I saw my grandma go through all this. I saw my mama go through this. So like, when you cover to them with that, they don't believe, so they try to force their way. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, you know, when they just took it like, you know, like God, religion and God out of a lot of stuff, man. And we paying the price for it, and it's gonna get worse.